Hello guys, so I got a lot of questions when I came back from Florida. How did I do it so cheaply? What did I eat? How in the world did I charge my phone, cameras, and all that other stuff? How did I find free campsites? Many more, just the basics. And in today's video, I'm going to answer some of those questions. First off, I really want to point this out. This is how much it cost me. Every single person is going to be different. They already have a power bank, or they might already have a pot, or they might already have a backpacking stove. But I can't tell you how much your individual trip is going to cost. So this is how much it cost me, and hopefully that will give you a rough estimate on to how much it might cost you. What did I eat? I may actually have a separate video on this, but the basic principle was I wanted non-refrigerable food. I wanted food that I could take, have it be in my car for a whole month and not be bad. I did bring some fruits, ramen, oatmeal for breakfast. I had some canned goods, crackers, snacks, peanut M&Ms, like a 48-ounce bag of that. That was so good. I really wanted to keep it light, but I also wanted to have a mixed variety of goods. How did I keep things charged? As most of you are asking. Smartphones nowadays are our way of life, and cameras is the way I capture my life. So, These are power battery banks. This is a 30,000 milliamp battery. One is a 10,000. Let me grab it. So this is the other one. 30,000, 10,000, and then I also have another 10,000 with a little solar on the front. Doesn't actually work very well, but that's okay. I had each one of these charging when I was on the road. So if I was driving, they would constantly be charging. If I got to a permanent location that I was staying for like a day or two, I would charge them there. Worked for me, and it worked really well. On this one on Amazon, this is not a name brand, it's Power Ad or whatnot, but this was like 35 bucks. And I had already had most of these, so that's another thing, cutting my costs down. I already own them, so there's no point in buying them. That brings me to another point, which leads right into how did I stay cold/warm? For warmth, it's pretty obvious. Jackets, layers, sleeping bag, etc. Keeping cooler though in your car when it was shut, you know, the windows were shut, keeping the bugs out. I was in Florida, it was like 75 degrees. It got really hot in my car. And had I not brought this, I probably would have ended up dying or something. But this is the USB fan that I actually ended up bringing. Really what I did was I took the USB end and I plugged it straight into this 10,000 milliamp battery, and I mounted it to the ceiling of my car and had it blowing on my body the whole night. And this 10,000 milliamp battery lasted me 5 or 6 days without like having to recharge it. Very energy efficient. But it had two modes. I normally used it on the lower mode. Saved power, and the closer it is, the more powerful. I mean, it just works better kind of thing. Again, had I not had that, I probably would have died. So glad I had that. So for privacy, that was a actual big deal. I had 3 people knock on my car during the whole month-long trip. One of them was a sketchy experience. That's another story for another time. But the other 2 were just like someone like good morning, telling me good morning kind of thing before I headed out. I ended up using cardboard. I shaped it out, cut it all out, spray painted it black. It cost me like $4, and I already had cardboard because of the place where I work. For you, it could be going out getting cloth and then putting magnets up on it. It could just be buying a curtain and taping it. I mean, honestly, there's different budgets for different things. It depends on if you're going to use it again, if you're not going to use it again. So another really crazy thing is, how did I find free camping? I searched free campsites. There you go. It was that simple, but there is a small catch. When I went on freecampsite.net, it'll be linked down below. When I went there, you have to make sure that there is a review of the campsite that you're going to. Normally, I like to do 3 or above, and that's usually safe. If it does not have a review, just skip it. Make sure you have a backup. Because I had one instance where I ended up going into this sandy road where lifted Jeeps had gone in, tore it all up. Alright guys, so this is the next camping site. Hopefully we don't get stuck. If we get stuck, I'm going to be in deep weeds. I ended up getting stuck like 3 times. It was like nighttime, middle of alligator and bear territory, and I'm sitting there literally in the middle of a national forest, stuck in the sand. Just don't do that. Make sure there's reviews. Please save yourself the time, the energy, a lot of things. That brings me to finding different budgets. If you can afford buying and paying for an actual campsite, if they have showers, that's the one way you can stay clean. Bathrooms, that's another great positive thing. Sometimes I'll have laundry, you can clean your clothes up. Typically I would have free campsites, and then I might buy one night at a real designated campsite for that week or something, do some cleaning up. For budgets, I mean, you can get anything from an RV to a hammock and a tarp. Finding out where you are in terms of that. We had some wood lying around, so I was like, why don't I try and build this camper thing? So I went on YouTube, Pinterest, just Google, and I looked up some different ideas, and I came up with my design. You could just go out, buy a hammock and a tarp and string it up in a tree, and you'd be set for $20. Depending on what you want, you could go out and buy an RV, but you're probably not going to be buying an RV if you're watching this video. So Andrew, how much did it actually cost you? I think total it was around $700. 405 of that was in gas. I drove for about 3,500 miles. Now granted, I did a zigzag from Maryland to Florida, visiting colleges, back from West Palm Beach to Clearwater, and then from Clearwater back to West Palm Beach. Lots of extra driving there, so you could cut that down by a lot. Second thing was food. Food, I paid probably around $150, I would say, for the food. You could probably make that less, more. I eat a lot, so I needed more. For other expenses, the camping stove, I think I found something on Amazon for $10, and then I bought a $6 fuel canister that happened to last me the whole trip. If you get 2, it'll probably be $20 though, so. I ended up spending, I think, $18 on one road in Florida on accident because I was unaware that there were so many tolls. And then I got penalized for driving through something that I didn't have their Florida pass thing. Just check that no toll thing off on your maps. So the total was $650. I would just say $700 just to be safe. The whole car setup that I did cost me $15-20 because we already had the wood. So if you think about that, that is basically a month's rent, maybe a little less. And I got to travel all throughout Florida, including total expenses. It only cost me $650. So it was all worth it, in my mind, and I cannot express how many amazing people I met. The things that I did, just if you want to go check out the the B-roll video, that will be linked below at the end of this video. I'm so thankful to have had the opportunities that I have, and if you guys have any questions, just comment below, talk to me about it. Tell me what I can do more in this video, how can I engage with you guys more? And that, my friends, is a quick video on some of the things that I learned on my trip to Florida. I learned so much, and we will have more videos on this topic later on. I just wanted to give you guys who are thinking about going on a trip this summer some ideas. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button, and if you can, notification, because that way you will get updated when I post. And I'm really going to start working harder and harder on videos. Thank you to all the 45 people who have subscribed. I'll see you later. Bye.